The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Tough enough, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feels so unreal. You do madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites the dust. Okay. You cooking with Big Dolly tonight. You're cooking with Big Dolly tonight. And there has been a second arrest made in the quadruple murder that has taken place in Tennessee. But of course, nothing's new. Go ahead, leave your DNA on that like button just in case some gangbangers in Tennessee get you, or you go missing in the hills of Nova Scotia, or somebody stabs you in a state park. Dolly's going to come find you, okay, like a bloodhound, like a tracking dog. You see this big ass nose, it will track you down. But I'm going to need your DNA on file to do that. Also, make sure you sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications. Who brings you better news than Dolly? Nobody, okay? And if you say somebody different, you're lying to yourself, okay? You're lying. So definitely sub up, ring the bell for notifications, and feel free to share me anywhere but farmersonly.com, because I already got a girl, okay? I already got one. But if I didn't, y'all can share me there. But since I do, no, I didn't tell you. All right? So make sure y'all share, care, all that good shit, right? All that good shit. So a second arrest has been made of Giovante Thomas. Okay, another person involved and charged with accessory to first degree murder after the fact. Now, the guy we were talking about earlier today, Takonka, is that how you say it? Tanaka, what was Tanaka's last name? Brown. Tanaka Brown. They have upped his charges to producer. They have added a charge, okay? And that is tampering with evidence. Okay, so just coming out, breaking, spirit hands, okay? He has been charged with tampering with evidence. And remember when I told y'all, this reminded me of the Savannah Soto case, and that it seemed like it was drug and gang related. It's seeming a lot more like the Savannah case. And you remember, my psychic ability said it's going to be 3 black dudes. And I was right, okay? And I know what you're thinking. Dolly, one of these is a white guy, okay? Austin is white. I beg to differ. I mean, that's debatable at this point. Okay. White people, we don't really claim him. Okay. So I think Dolly was right once again. Okay. 3 black guys is what I said, gang related. My psychic abilities are there again. Okay. They're there. Okay, I was close. Look, I batted 95%, right? I batted 95%. The one white boy fooled me. I didn't see the white boy coming. I didn't see the white boy. I just didn't see it, right? My visions didn't see. It seen 3 people, though, right? Now, who said in the beginning 3 people? Dolly. Okay. I was just wrong about his complexion, but not his mentality. Not his mentality. Oh my God, you were close. I think I was super close.
I
Like,
think they're not done getting everybody.
and they may not be done getting
I don't think-
everybody.
I think
Okay.
we're
But
good all night.
my prediction was 3. My visions were seeing 3 gangbangers is what my prediction was seeing. And now we got Giovanni being arrested for helping the white boy. That's what they call him, not me. To me, I don't call him the white boy, but apparently his friends, like Fatty Fox, the God, referred to him as just the hardest white boy he ever met. Cooking with Big Daddy. Cooking with Big Daddy. That dude right there is going to be YouTube famous as soon as I can get him added to my page. So when y'all guys super chat, he pops up on the screen doing his fatty dance is what we're going to call it. Big Fatty Fox, the God. So really, we got 3. I seen 3 thugs, right? 3 gangbangers in my vision, and they just didn't charge Fatty the Fox yet. Okay, key word is yet. So the police are on top of this, and now they had arrested these people on what, Friday, but it's just being let out to the press now that these people are in custody.
Giovanni was already incarcerated or being held on failure to appear charges. But he was out when all of this occurred. So they just happened to hem him up before today or yesterday.
Yeah, and you can believe this. And if you're watching out there, and I know some of you criminals may be, because y'all like to know what's going on just like everybody else. If you had any communication with this man, Austin Drummond, they are coming for you. I would suggest you put your running shoes on. And let me tell you, Jordans are not running shoes. Okay. When I say running shoes, I'm talking some Nike track shoes with a little lift and a little spring to them. All right. Jordans do not count. So leave your Jordans alone. Get you some Reebok, old school classics, something. I don't know, some New Balance. And your ass better get to running, because they are coming for you. Tennessee TBI is not playing on this one, right? You can kidnap kids in Tennessee, but you cannot kill people, apparently. You cannot unalive people in Tennessee. They do not play that shit. So, you got all kind of organizations of different counties working on this together, because it took place in different counties. The child was found in one county. The bodies were found in another county. They already got the FBI involved in this. And let's show you guys a pic. Let me save these pictures real fast so I can show you the second guy. And let me tell you, he's just as special as Fatty Fox the God to me. I looked at this guy and I was like, oh my Lord. Okay. And I'm still believing that Caitlyn has something to do with this. And we're going to discuss that in just a minute. Because, everybody wants to say that Caitlyn hasn't been around him, but yet it appears that she is pregnant with his child. Okay. Now, and she's only 4 months pregnant with the child. So how long could they have really been split up? This dude has been out of prison less than a year. And
I don't know if she's 4 months. Didn't I show you the picture? It looks a little bit
more than 4 months.
Yes.
I thought so too. I honestly thought it was a little bit more.
She's not in custody. She's never been in custody. I'm not sure who's repeating that.
Yeah, she is not at this time in custody. She is with her family.
Oh, somebody wants to know if they got married 5 days ago. I don't have that information.
Okay. This is Giovante, right? He is the one that has been arrested for accessory to first degree murder after the fact. Okay. He himself is being held with no bail. So everybody that they arrest in this case, they are holding with no bail. This is what happens when you help the white boy. Okay. This is what happens when you help the white boy. Karma will always find you, right? Listen, I would have got that $15,000 and I would have turned them in, but people, they don't want to snitch. They want to help their friends because, you know, they're in a gang, and if they tell, they will find themselves in a world of trouble. Somebody says karma don't forget addresses. And you got to remember, these people killed a small child. 15 years old to me is a small child. The uncle was only 15 years old in that car. Adriana, just a child herself. What was she, 20? And I know
Matthew had just turned 21 a month ago.
Yeah, Matthew was 21. He had just turned 21. And, you know, his family talks about how he looked forward to being 21. And we've seen videos of how he interacted with the baby. And, you know, the family itself will tell you that Matthew had a rough going the last few years. And I guess he was just living a little wild and reckless. And he's a young man. Sometimes that happens. But he had just got his life together and was doing good and had got him a job. And, you know, they said he was so proud to be a father, and he was growing up so fast from that. And, you know, I spoke earlier today about, you know, I didn't grow up till I had a child. I was living a little wild and reckless. And then when I had my daughter, Tiffany, that I started to go, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I started a business. I bought a home, and I started putting down the roots to build a family. And this appears to be the same path that this young man was on. He just caught up with a girl that's family was involved with some terrible people. Even
and his family doesn't seem to be like that at all.
Yes.
The girl whose birthday is today, his sister, she's not even on social media yet.
Yeah, they don't allow their kids to be on social media. He seems like a very good parent. And you can see that Matt's anger is starting to come out. Okay, we seen that in the interview we watched where he talked to the news, and he said the police better hope they find Austin before he does. Now, as a parent, how could you not be extremely mad and upset? I don't blame Matt whatsoever for this anger and this hatred that he's feeling in his heart right now. But the same advice I would give him is take some of that hatred, use it for energy to do something positive, to make sure that Matthew's not forgotten and that these people are brought to justice, right? Don't harbor that anger. Don't do something stupid, okay? Don't do nothing stupid. Even if you was to run across him, let the system take care of him. He will be getting the death penalty if he ever sees a prison, because I got a feeling that the police are going to say he reached for something, all right? I think as soon as they see him this time, there's going to be some bang, bang, bang going on, and he's not going to get away. And it appears we learned something very new today, that he was actually at the scene of the car.
I just don't understand
when the police pulled up, and he fled on foot and got away. Now, since then, you know, we know before that he had friends that were being arrested for people that were already aiding and helping him. You can believe they tracked everything he's done, everybody he's communicated with, and they are going to take the raft right now. They're taking the raft as if they did it. Okay. And they're not going to show mercy on these people whatsoever. You're talking a whole family and a lot of people in outrage, right? These two dudes are looking at least 10 years in prison. And that's just for assisting him in his getaway. Okay. We knew there was too many vehicles for one person to drive, and somebody has helped him. We also learned a few new things tonight. okay, that wasn't reported on the news, and you've only heard it here on Dolly. It's been confirmed that the windshield of that truck was bullet holes.
Written. Not just the one that
not
we
just
saw
the one,
very
but
clearly.
multiple bullet holes in the windshield of that truck. Also confirmed that the Nissan Rogue was a rental vehicle. Okay. Now we are not positive who rented that vehicle at this present time.
From what I gathered, I did some looking at that. Austin and Caitlyn went on a trip 6 days ago to Gatlinburg, and in some of the footage and video and pictures, it does look like a dash
of a Nissan Rogue.
Yes.
So this vehicle may or may not have been
That's just
rented by them, and this is the rental vehicle that they haven't returned because they have been going on trips. We noticed from his social media accounts he was living his best life. Now, I mean, in like really nice rooms, not your typical 2-bedroom hotel. He had the suite, right? He was living it up. And you got to think, for a man that don't work, he's driving an Audi A3, rental vehicles, vacations. Who's paid? Well, one vacation you can see his parents were clearly in the picture. Maybe the parents paid for that vacation, but these other vacations that he's been taking with Caitlyn, where did he get the money from? And Caitlyn, can she be that stupid to realize, well, my boyfriend don't got a job, but he got money to pay for a suite? Okay, when me and PJ stay in a hotel, she knows I ain't paying for no suite, right? And if I did, what would be the first thing you ask me, PJ?
Where the hell did you get the money for this room?
Where the hell did you get the money for this room? You see? And there's no way that Caitlyn wouldn't have asked the same thing. Did they ever get Travis Decker? No, they didn't. He ran out into the mountains. He was a survivalist, so it'll be a long time before they catch him. He's living in a tree fort with Ewoks somewhere.
Ask
you, okay.
Since Tanaka Brown got charged with an additional charge of tampering with evidence, what would that be?
Maybe he wiped fingerprints off the vehicle. Remember in the Savannah Soto that the boy's dad pulled up, and the first thing he did was he got out the car and started wiping fingerprints off the car, and he was charged with first accessory to first-degree murder after the fact.
Charged with that if he just didn't tell something he knew?
That would be withholding information. He did something physically to help this man. If it was give him a ride, but he had to charge somebody with that, they have to know the crime has been committed. So these guys knew he murdered somebody, and then they chose to help him. So they found themselves in a world of big trouble. I bet they wishing they didn't help that white boy now. Okay. They're Fatty Fox, the God. Okay. So I'm surprised Fatty Fox is not in jail. Most heartless human being that we've heard in a situation dealing with 4 people. He was more worried about his friend being caught by the authorities than he was his friend killing 4 people. I guess it's acceptable to him to kill a kid because that's what the 15-year-old was a child.
GSP said trying to ditch evidence, like maybe breaking a cell phone.
Yeah, he could have got rid of something. It's no telling at this point what he has done. But as time goes, I believe that the TBI and the police down there in Tennessee will release some of the stuff that they have on these people in the next news conference. Now that it's out, they're limited in us to what they know, right? And of course, some of the people there in Tennessee, we know for a fact there's some things even we can't say right now in this because we don't want to hinder an investigation. So we don't want to say things that we're not supposed to be saying or told not to say. But we have been in contact with the family in this case, okay, directly in contact with them. And it's a sad situation. It is definitely a sad situation. This family is pleading for justice to be served. They want everybody that is responsible, no matter how big or how small, incarcerated. Is Fatty Fox singing and cooking? Hey, you're cooking with Big Daddy, right? I don't know if they're talking with Big Daddy, but Big Daddy's not in jail. He said they took all his devices, even his video games, because we've learned in a lot of this that some criminals, they do communicate over video games like Madden, 25K, and they play video games together, and sometimes in those chat rooms that they will talk criminal stuff. So he was saying that he couldn't get online, he couldn't stream his GTA because he streams GTA, which we see in all these gangster dudes being gangsters in the video games, and they think they're the same gangster in the real world. But let me tell you, in the video games, there's no consequences. When you get caught, you start over. In the real world there, fat boy, there's no starting over.
Yes, everybody that's talking about the earthquake in New York, New Jersey, we've seen it. We're not talking about that right now.
Yes, as far as any other news, we don't want to get me too squirreled off into, me, I will go off into left field. If you throw too many things at me at one time, I can pretty much only concentrate on one thing at a time. All right. And there's a lot of cases that I've been overlooking to cover this one because this one is happening fast and there's a lot of things going on and they're occurring in real time. So we're trying to cover it for you guys in real time. Now, the rest of the stuff, as far as missing people, trust me, we're going to get back to missing people. These idiots, right, that committed this crime are not going to last long. I would say before this week's over, we will see Austin Drummond in custody and maybe some more of his friends behind bars. Now, the best thing, right, we've seen how stupid his friends are, that they don't have one brain cell. And hopefully we get some of these people off the street that need to be off the street. And not only does it do that, but it also shuts down at least one hug ring in our country. And what this needs to do is the police, FBI need to start investigating these penitentiaries that these people are involved in and they're smuggling drugs in, find out what correction officers they are, okay, and shut it down. So we not only do we get these monsters off the street, but we shut down this whole drug enterprise. Army Mom says, were the victims unalived in the vehicles? Also, what vehicle was used to drop off baby? Now, there's some things we can't say. We've been asked not to say yet. And
when the baby first went missing, they were looking for a white SUV and a dark color sedan.
Yes.
So I don't know if they got confused and thought maybe the baby was dropped during one car that was in view on a ring cam or the other one, but we saw them pick up the white SUV and a dark color sedan almost right after the fact. And so I mean, we don't know who was driving the cars, but those are the cars that were put on the list originally.
There's a lot of speculation right now of who is involved. Okay. Now, if you ask me, if you just said, Dolly, who do you think has something? There, to me, whatever's going on with Courtney Rose, Caitlyn, the son, that side of the family have more information in what's going on in this. Okay. Matthew's family, a little bit more in the dark of the situation that is going on. It's hard for me to think that Caitlyn, the woman who's sleeping with this man, knows him and his friends, okay, that knows all these people that are being arrested, has no knowledge in what was going to happen. Okay. None, zero, no responsibility. I do not buy that for a second. Innocent people don't start taking down their social medias instantly and can't take the heat, right? They hide out and they go quiet or they lawyer up. As we've heard from everybody but Caitlyn in this. Caitlyn is the one who allowed this man around her family. She is the woman that was a correctional officer, broke the law by sleeping with this man in the penitentiary system, and then once he got off, ran off with her kid. Let her kid be around this crazy scumbag ass person. And she knew this man was bad. She knew he had been charged with attempting to unalive somebody in the prison. She knew he had court, and she knew he was going away. Now she's trying to say, my hands are clean of this. I've been away from him for so long. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You were just on vacation with him. You're holding the kid's baby. You are not clean of this. How much involvement you have in this will come out in a matter of time. And I would not be surprised is maybe she's not in jail yet. And the key word is yet. But it wouldn't surprise me if she does not end up in jail. All right. And I guarantee you, in this smuggling operation that's going on in the prison system, if this is actually true, she has some part in this because she worked in these same penitentiaries and was helping him probably get in the contraband that we see in his cell on these pictures, right? He had 3 different phones. He had video games. He had a stockpile of food, street clothes, living his best life in the penitentiary because he had the help of this woman. Probably she was the one smuggling these items into the jail. She was probably the one that was picking up the drugs that were being dropped in by drone, and not only involved in this prison system, but they were doing this to other prison systems. They were supplying the drugs. And we know we've spoken, said, listen, street value is one thing, but them drugs are worth 5 times more in the prison system. Okay. So the amount of money they were making was the money to take vacations, to drive around in these nice cars and live their best life, because allegedly neither one of them have a job. She was fired and charged with, I don't know what her charges were, but she was charged last year sleeping with this man. Okay. So she basically had a good job going on, good, decent career, taking care of her baby, and threw it all away for a piece of trash. And that's what this dude is, nothing more. Okay. Like, he has, how much education has he got? He has a GED that he got inside the prison, right? And what does that really mean? I think a 5-year-old could pass the GED test. It's just, it's crazy to me. So every one of these loser, scumbag, drug dealing, gang banging pieces of shit that they get off the street, the better. And this person asked, hold on, I just seen a question. It said, Dolly, is the new arrest on my mama dude that we listened to?
Not Fatty Fox.
No, that was Fatty Fox the God. I love his name though. I ain't even gonna lie. I might change my name to Fatty Fox the God after he goes to jail, right? If he does have some involvement in this.
Just wants to be
But he was the most heartless piece of doo-doo I had ever heard, right? Listen, I know these people are not kin to us, but they're still human beings, right? When we want anything like this to happen to our families, and you have no compassion whatsoever in your heart, that you're worried about your friend being caught and people, other gang members talking about, I'm going to run up on them and get that $15K. I encourage gang members out there, if you do see this dude, collect that $15,000. Don't let that white boy bring the heat down on you guys. He's going to destroy y'all's whole criminal enterprise. You might as well give them up and get the money. That's what I would say. Listen, there's no loyalty in crime.
With Big Daddy.
And cooking with Big Daddy. All right. Everybody throw their cooking with Big Daddies into the super chat, right?
Cooking with Big Daddy.
Y'all cooking with Dolly tonight, and we ain't playing. We frying some people up. We serving them up on silver platters. And I think I was pretty close to being right. Okay. About the situation. Y'all had me second guessing my own visions. I was like, this is gang related, and this is involving 3 people. Okay. Now, I was wrong about the white boy, right? But then again, how wrong really was I? All right. Because like I said, Us white people, we don't claim that type of shit. We don't claim that type of behavior. So you don't belong to us. Okay. So that makes Dolly right. Okay. That makes me right if we look at it in that aspect. Yes, she was right, Dolly, but there for a minute, all I thought was domestic situation. I don't think she's scared of him. I believe this lady, dirty white boy. He a dirty white boy. That is exactly right. She has been aiding this man and helping him break the law since he was in prison. So now all of a sudden she's not. She ain't helping him. She has no play in it. I have a hard time believing that. Now I don't encourage people to go out there and post her address or anything like that and try to get this woman hurt. I say let the justice system handle this. If she has something to do with it, let her sit behind those bars. Okay. And we need to do something where our prison system, where female guards are not guarding men and men are not guarding females. Right. I think it's a lack of employment or lack of, people being hired to cover these things. But anytime you put men and women together, there's going to be some freaky shit that goes on. And look what it leads to. Remember the convict? I think it was in Texas. The lady walked him out of jail.
Yeah.
And then they got in a police car and they just drove off. And then it ended in a shootout and he was unalived by the police. That's what happens when you let women
I agree.
guard men. Because listen, women, I hate to say it, some of y'all like those bad guys, right? You want that bad guy, that guy that's exciting. Oh my God, this is like living on the edge until you fall off the fucking cliff. And then you don't want that no more. Everybody wants to stand on the edge, but nobody wants to fall off the cliff. But let Dolly tell you, when you stand on the edge, your legs get shaky. You're going to fall off that cliff. And this is exactly what this girl has done with this man. She has found herself in a world of trouble. And I don't know if she's lawyered up yet, but I would I would go to mom and daddy and be like, hey, I need some money. I need a lawyer because I'm on the verge of going to prison for the rest of my life. And if she has something to do with it, I'm sure the FBI, they know everything. I've had my experience, my run-in with the FBI when I covered the January 6th stuff.
This is crazy.
I heard that knock on the door. And when I opened my door, it was the FBI and it was the U.S. Marshals. And usually when the FBI is involved, they bring the U.S. Marshals with them. And I tell you who you don't mess with. You don't mess with the Marshals. As soon as the Marshals get involved, they tracking your ass down. They do not play. So I've already had my run-in with these people. And I know when they come, they know everything. They have sources to know everything you've ever done, ever. And everything they asked you is just a question to see if you will lie. Right? They asked me some questions. Every answer I got, the guy said, oh, I know. I know everything. And then he started telling me things he didn't even ask me. And I was like, man, they must have looked up every single thing ever that I've been involved in as far as social media and everything. Knew every account that I've ever started, every page that I was on. But then he asked me, he said, are you tied to any extremist groups? Right? Wow. And I was like, oh, hey. Then I knew I was good. I was like, nope. Sure. Hey, I told the dude, this no lie. This is what I told the FBI. I said, I don't even have a YMCA membership. I ain't even got a rec card. I ain't involved with no groups. I don't care who the president is. I'm not into politics. I'm a YouTuber. I film things so I can, that people watch and it may do good views. And I said, I knew people would act crazy in DC. So I went there to film it. That's it. And I brought it to the internet and I uploaded everything. He said, I know I've seen all the videos. I said, well, if you've seen the videos, you would know I never went anywhere I wasn't supposed to be. I never stepped foot in a building. I never did any of that thing. I never threw nothing, assaulted nobody, never did anything. He goes, why would somebody call the FBI on you? Right? And I look at the FBI and the U.S. Marshal. And I say, do you know what trolls are? He said, yeah, people on the internet that just like to, try to stir stuff up. And I said, well, I believe whoever's called to be an internet troll. And he goes, well, you know what you need to do is you need to, because this person apparently had my location. And there's a lot of people on the internet at the time that thought they knew my location, but they truly didn't. They were saying I lived one place, but really I was good. I was like, okay, they're way off. Now it was something I owned, but I didn't live there. And I was thinking, okay, but this person knew my location. So this person had to either be somebody that was an internet hacker or somebody that had access to tracking me through an IP address or something like that. I don't even know how this person to this day got my address, but they did. And the FBI, from questioning me, they went to trying to help protect me. They were like, well, this is what you need to do. This is the VPN you probably should get. That, you need to hide your location. You don't want people to end up sending police saying you committed a crime. And next thing you know, the SWAT team is at your door kicking, and you're lucky it's us and not SWAT, right? That they didn't report something completely that could get me hurt. Because listen, there's been people that do that and people get killed in the process of it. One of the youngest people in our country to ever get life in prison is somebody that was playing a video game and called the police and said a crime was being committed at another house because he was mad about the video game. And the police showed up and ended up shooting the boy's father in the middle of the night. That little boy was like 10, 11 years old. And he was sentenced to like the longest sentence ever in American history at like 10, 11 years old, never to get out of prison. And so it's something, you don't want to do that because the police take it as it's real. They take these calls as they're very real, and they show up with the intent that you're going to hurt somebody. And apparently this kid's father jumped up out the bed scared because the door was being kicked in, and the police shot and killed an unarmed man. Just a tragic event. And, so when these feds showed up on these people, they knew everything Giovanni has ever done, every crime he's ever committed, who his mama, daddy was, where he went to elementary school. I mean, they know everything. And we learned a lot. I don't know how many conspiracy people we have here, from Snowden, that they can turn your phones on. They can listen to you. They can turn your computers on. They can listen to you. They're tapping everything. Facebook set up by the CIA. And I mean, it depends how far down the conspiracy hole you go, but they know everything. You can't hide this. And Giovanni posted some eerie shit, right? He posted a post about $50 million to, how did that post go, PJ?
I don't know. I would have to look at it, but I'm looking at something completely different.
But it was like, okay, $50 million, you lose an arm. $60 million, you lose an arm and a leg and you can't talk to your girlfriend. $100 million, you can never have sex again. And the very last one was for $5 billion. And it said, kill 4 of your family members. 4. Okay, now tell me that's pretty coincidental. You're posting things like this, and your homeboy, Austin, just killed 4 of his family members. And right before this happens, you're posting stuff about killing 4 family members. Giovanni, you in some trouble, man. You in some trouble. Bad timing on your post. Or was he trying to say something in that post? Was he dropping an Easter egg that this was about to happen? And it's crazy that he was doing these things. Where is the baby? Okay. Where's the baby?
I don't know where the baby is, honestly.
Top secret right now. If I knew where this baby was at, would I tell anybody? No. But there's another YouTuber up here that would post and pin its location. All right.
Okay. There's so many people like straight up outing themselves as being part of this. It's crazy. I'm looking at a post, and the person on the post says, Looks like they all look out for one another, and in my opinion, he probably has everyone's respect for not hurting that baby. I'm sure more will be charged for helping him, but I just don't see anyone snitching. And then it's a screenshot of a person named Ted Ingram who says, y'all better leave Aston ass alone. And then underneath the comments on the second screenshot, it says, oh God, he crazy for real. I remember I worked the pod he was in. Then someone says, like, for real, ATP, y'all couldn't catch Derek and y'all ain't catching Austin. Then someone says, man, my boy not playing. Oh, he's no dummy. That's what they don't know. Like, and these people are all.
Why would anybody in the world defend a mass murderer?
And then and I don't really, I'm trying to.
Listen, here's what I'm going to tell you is going to happen to your boy out there. The police are going to take him out. And I ain't talking about on a date, right? As soon as they see him, the more y'all talk about how crazy he is and he'll hurt people, the more the police are seeing this stuff, the more they're hearing this, and the more their finger is itching. Okay? Your boy is about to meet his maker. He's not far from that. And the police at this point, would anybody be mad at the police? All they're going to say is he was reaching. He was reaching. He was reaching. Before they get freeze out their mouth, he'll probably have 2 hot ones in them. Okay? That's the truth. Y'all can get up here and be, oh, this and that on the internet. But the truth is this. He's done. It's just a matter of time. I'm up here counting down the minutes. We've been here. We've done this. We've seen better people than him try to run and try to hide. It never works good. It never works good. And if he makes it to the penitentiary, he ain't going to have it the way he used to have it. And he's going to be sitting his ass on death row. And he's going to get executed. There's no doubt. You do not murder 4 people, 3 people and a child, and think you are not getting the death penalty. There's no deals for him.
And then
I can't say that. They gave Brian Kohlberger a deal, and I couldn't believe that. But they did. They gave him a deal. And they gave Stephen Stearns a deal. So the hell if I know, he may get a deal. In the world we live in today, they just like to go, okay, I don't feel like taking it to court. Let's give him a deal. I hate that. I hate when they make a deal with the devil. I do. But I hoping he resists. Okay? That's what I'm hoping. Gang mentality, Dolly. I know. These people don't care that 4 innocent people were killed. I pray to God nothing like this ever happens to any of their families. Right? And then they may look at this a little bit different. Lockdown special handling is what he will be on. Yeah, he will be in, well, he was in maximum security when he was doing all this last time. But you can believe these prisons that are letting this go, there's going to be the FBI is on top of that too. Right now, the FBI is investigating them. They're investigating these prisons that they were dropping narcotics off to and droning into, because they know if they're doing this, there's bad deputies. And you can believe there's going to be, and behind this, I believe some deputies are going to go to jail too. Some correctional officers are about to get locked up. I think their run of being bad people in the prison system, some of them's coming to an end, because you can believe these really tough gang banging ass dudes, they talking. All of them talk. Every last one of them. Anybody ever watch Next 48? Every time they arrest a gang member, he tells on everybody. Everybody. It don't even take 2 commercial breaks. And by the time you come back, he done told on everybody. And these street dudes, they know what guards are bad in the jail. And they're going to tell it. Right? All these people are going to be telling on each other like crazy. Right? Like right now, Giovante's telling on, what's the other guy's name? Mortal Kombat? Tanaka Brown. They're all telling on each other. Damn Fatty the Fox, he's probably yapping on everybody. The one that's like, oh, y'all would turn somebody in for $15,000. You probably told on these people. All right? That's how this shit works. They're all talking. They're all telling. There's going to be a lot of people in this go to jail. All right. They're like, oh, you would put somebody in jail for $15,000. But you'd put somebody in jail to save your own ass, right? So you could eat cheese balls that are burnt. Okay, so you could eat burnt cheese balls on YouTube. You probably tell on every single one of your friends and your mama. I put my soul on that. I put little baby Jesus on that. I put your cousin's best friend on that. All right. Don't put it on me, Ricky Bobby. That's what they do. They swear to God they ain't got nothing to do with it. Why they talking the whole damn time? Like thugs tell on you quicker than anybody, right? They be telling it like it ain't nothing. Did his mom name Tanaka? I mean, I don't know who the hell named Tanaka. Sounds like when somebody hits you upside the head with something, Tanaka. I don't know. I don't know who named Tanaka. Maybe he's from, I don't know. Maybe he's Jamaican or something, from the Caribbean or something. I don't know what American person names you Tanaka. Giovante sounds like he's Italian, right? I mean, I would think he's from Italy by his name, but by his appearance up here and his happy smile and his little braids, his little crisscross braids. It's just, I don't think he's from Italy. I don't see him flipping pizzas or making any pasta too quickly. So I think names these days are a little hard to go by. Okay, a little hard to go by. But right now he's inmate 2271. All right, if you want to write him into jail, send him a little letter. You know what, PJ? We should send them a letter and just laugh at them. Just put LOL on the letter really big and send it to them. If you send it today, they'll get it in 3 days. It'll probably be the first letters they get, and it'll just be LOL. You got what you got, right? Because that's what they deserve, right? That's what they deserve. So, Dolly, be careful with the vice lords. They are more vicious than most. Yeah, well, these ones ain't, right? These ones ain't. They go into jail. They should have never helped kill a kid. I don't think that's acceptable in any gang culture to be murdering kids. And 15-year-old is a kid. Now, they need to hand over the white boy. Okay? Hand over the white boy. Let him pay the price. Because all he's going to do is get everybody locked up. Right? He's going to get everybody locked up. And is that helping their criminal organization? Right? Is that helping them, or is this hurting them? This is hurting them. They're putting pressure on everybody. You can believe right now police are running up in trap houses. Gang units are being called in. And he's done brought the heat down on his whole gang. So they're gonna pick up all these people. And they got more worries than Dolly right now. And my fight ain't with them anyway. It's with this person that's on the run for murder that shouldn't have been out of jail on a $30,000 bond for attempted murder.
And all these people commenting and becoming associated with all of this are just, it's gold. They're all just identifying.
The prison is probably on lockdown. Absolutely. Especially when they realize there's drugs being dropped into the prison. These prisons are getting cell searched. Even in the prisons, they're catching heat because, you know, a lot of these gangs on the street are connected to the gangs in prison. That's how they have power, is they have people on the streets. So you can believe that police ain't just giving people hard times on the street. They're giving people a lot of hard time inside the joint too. We got 701 likes and 1,800 people watching tonight. Listen, guys, I'm going to need a favor from you. I need you guys to hit the like on the video. All right. It helps new people see it, helps bring new people to the channel. So please take a second. It's absolutely free. It don't cost you anything to like the video. And this helps us bring you the latest news. You don't see anybody else talking about this in the middle of the night live with you guys, right? And maybe somebody. I haven't seen them though. So definitely hit the like button. And once you do, I want you guys to shout out where you're watching from. All right. You missed comments, Mama Angie. Are you on top chat or live chat? Already did. Shared. Thank you so much. Ohio's in the house. Indiana, Louisiana, Chicago, Cali, Tennessee, Colorado. And listen, nobody wants to mess with me. I'm the leader of a gang, the Turtle Gang. Okay? We slow, but we'll get there. All right? I got 20,000, 50,000, 65. Listen, I'm big in hospice and senior living facilities. Okay? You don't want to mess with Dolly. Okay? I got a lot of women with purses and umbrellas, and they mean, okay? They'll stab you with a crochet needle in a minute. All right? You don't want to mess. I got it. I'm big time here, right? Yeah, you just don't want none. You don't want none of this smoke. Okay? California, Oklahoma, Indiana, Oregon, Northern Cal, Nashville, North Cal, San Antonio, Texas, Mars. And look, where can you mess with me? Where can you run to? I got turtles all across the country, all around the world. Okay. You can't go to South Africa. A dolly turtle will jump out the bushes on your ass. Okay. Vancouver, the UK, Denver, New Zealand, Canada, West Tennessee, North Carolina. Evil hearts and lifestyles are relentless. Texas, DNA, Savannah, Utah, Nova Scotia. Missed the start of this story. Oh, I'll recap in just a minute. Hills of Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, North Colorado, Missouri, New Hampshire, Sheridan Lake, North Carolina. Dolly, you got PJ. Go down to visit. Ohio in the house, Connecticut. And trust me, Dolly can take care of herself. All right. Kentucky, Nebraska, but I do got PJ too. You know what I'm saying? Hoover, Alabama. Was that Hoover? I can't see it. Baltimore, Iowa, Texas, Jackson, Tennessee. Well, good to see you here, Jackson. Make sure you get my back when I get down there. PJ, please read my email. Michigan. Okay, you got an email, PJ. Okay. Post St. Florida. Jackson, Tennessee, lived in Tiptonville for 8 years. Law is different up there. Okay. What's up, Danny? Good to see you, brother. Kansas, period. North Carolina, East Coast, Cali, Pennsylvania, Turtle Gang in the house. Go Peach. South Dakota. How many watching from prison in Tennessee? How many are watching? Listen, I had people call me when I was doing gang stuff on my other channel, far as, RICO charges and covering different arrests that were being made. And I had people call me from prison that had cell phones. They were calling the show from the prison, talking about we sitting in prison watching you, Dolly. And I was like, wow, that is the craziest stuff ever, right? And but some of these people that were bad people, they were really nice to me because I covered the cases and they were interested in the cases. Now, some of them made threats, right? Some people made threats. I ain't gonna act like I didn't get threatened by gangbangers on a daily. It happened. Okay. It happened because some people wasn't happy with the things I was saying, but I never say anything that ain't the truth. All right. I spit the truth, and I always have, and I always will. And some people respect that. Some people hate that, but it is what it is. Your dad's doing life. That sucks, man. That sucks. Here's my thing. I don't wish jail or death on anybody but bad people. If you're a really bad person, I wish jail on you. I know we, as a person, that's two of the things we ain't supposed to wish on nobody, but like this Austin Drummond dude, I wish prison on him. I wish he gets the death penalty. I truly do. And because he's a monster. And I don't look at monsters as people. All right. There's people that do things to feed their family. Some people break the law and they can be rehabilitated. And I can understand it. Right. Man, I was just trying to feed my family, man. And they're doing things that are illegal, trying to get by, trying to survive because they don't have no work skills, which they should have learned anyway. But I can understand why some crime is committed. And these people, we build prisons for. Monsters, we build the electric chair for. We build the gas chamber for. We built the firing squad for. And back in the day, they used to just have a rope for your ass, right? That's what we do with monsters. We get you up off the planet. We don't try to rehabilitate monsters. 20 years on death row, that ain't justice. This man playing PlayStation and drinking Ciroc, is that justice for the crime he committed? Did he ever learn his lesson? Absolutely not. Okay. And for anybody that is just tuning in, I'm going to do a little recap. Okay. This may be repeating myself for some of you guys out there, but some of you it may not be. There was a killing just a few days ago in the western part of Tennessee, right? Jackson, Dyer County area of Tennessee.
Not western, it was
I thought it was the western part of Tennessee.
okay.
Near Memphis. Okay. Well, anyway, in Tennessee, let's just say Tennessee as a state, just in case I got it. West Tennessee. Yeah. Okay. So I'm right. The western part of Tennessee, West Tennessee. 4 people were found alongside a rural road in Tennessee in Dyer County.
After the baby.
I was going to get to that.
It's the baby happened first.
Okay, a baby was found, according to my producer, and then an APB went out for the family, and then they found 4 bodies on the side of the road. Okay?
It matters.
It matters, I guess. All right. Then a manhunt went underway for a man by the name of Austin Drummond. And he had just been recently released from prison for aggravated assault and robbery. Robbery and kidnapping. What he was in there for. He did 10 years. He was released, but he was released on bond because he had tried to unalive somebody in the prison.
So he had got new charges.
So he had new charges. So he was bonded out of jail on $30,000 bond by his parents. He got out, and apparently what it seems that he may be involved with, it ain't no maybe, but he's involved with gangs. He's a vice lord. And he is operating inside of this drug ring that has been supplying what looks like narcotics to the prison system. He was with 4 people that he is familiar with, that family. He dates one of the victim's sisters. And they charged him with 4 counts of first-degree murder, and he's went on the run. People have been helping him get away from the police. Tanaka Brown was arrested Friday, charged with first-degree murder, aiding and abetting in a first-degree murder, right? Accessory is what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. Accessory and first-degree murder after the fact. So he didn't help him before it, but he helped him after it. And he was also charged with tampering with evidence. So we don't know exactly what he tampered with yet. Okay. Also, we just learned that Giovanni, what's his last name? Thomas was arrested also, and he's charged with the exact same thing, but not charged with tampering. So he helped after the fact. Both of these people are locked up, being held in Tennessee with no bond. The baby is okay. The baby is in protective custody. The family is scrambling, that's left, to figure out how they're going to come up with the funds to bury these 4 people, how they're going to financially take care of the baby, Wesleyan. Okay. And he's just on the run. And he's extremely armed and dangerous. He was last seen in the Jackson area of Tennessee. What was it, yesterday, when they found the car? And he fled on foot. So it's a possibility that, how about Big Daddy? Well, Big Daddy's just his friend. He hasn't been charged with anything. We're not going to accuse Big Daddy of anything that we don't know for a fact he's done. Now, is Big Daddy an idiot? He seems not the brightest guy, not the most compassionate person. But if he ain't committed no crime and he wasn't there, then he didn't do it, right? I mean, we can't blame people for stuff they didn't do. Did he know? Hey, you would think he would know. That's his buddy. That's his sidekick. And he's defending him, right? He's defending him. He don't want his friend hurt, or he don't want people going after his friend. He don't want his friend caught. But does he have any involvement in the crime? That is the $1 million question. 937 likes.
There's a sighting, but they're actually trying to validate if it's an actual sighting. Somebody said in chat that there was a sighting. It just popped up.
Yeah, well, there's been a bunch of sightings of them, and all the sightings haven't been wrong. In the very beginning, he didn't know he was wanted. I mean, he knew he committed the crime, but he didn't know the police were on to him. And he showed up at a coffee shop in Jackson. And sure enough, his car was found in Jackson. His father lives in Jackson. Some of these criminals that have been arrested have been in Jackson. So he has a lot of ties to Jackson, Tennessee. And it could be he's still there. So anybody watching from that part of Tennessee, use extreme caution. Make sure your garage doors are locked, your garages are locked, anywhere that person could possibly hide. Make sure those places are locked up. Be very careful coming to your car and from your car, ladies that are in store parking lots or anything like that. Joyous, thank you so much for your super sticker and welcome on the Blessed Express. The best train in the game is when you riding with Dolly Vision. All right, get you a nice seat in VIP. All right, $20 gets you a VIP seat here, so you sitting good. All right, get you a window seat. Buckle up though; it could get bumpy at any time. So you know that's the fear of somebody coming in and out of a store, and he see an easy target. And let me tell you, he's going to go for an easy target because he ain't much of a man, right? He's not much of a man. So he's going to go probably try to attack a woman or somebody elderly coming out of somewhere so he can get a vehicle because they said he fled on foot. Now, there has been a report of a stolen vehicle out of Jackson. It is a white Denali, GMC Denali that has been stolen. Can you grab me those plates for that Denali? Okay. So right now we do have a stolen vehicle that has been reported in that area. And I think it's more of a champagne colored vehicle, GMC, big Denali. Okay. It's one of the big ones. And of course it'll have Tennessee plates, and it was stolen today. All right. Out of a driveway of a home. So we don't know if this vehicle has been stolen by Austin Drummond, but a bolo has been put out for that vehicle. And I'm sure at this point they're looking for this vehicle nationwide. Okay. So there's possible that he could have possession of this vehicle. But as this stuff has not been reported on the news, the theft of this vehicle, because I don't think they want him to know. But you know how the internet is. Sometimes the internet puts out things that they don't want on the news. Dolly, you are correct. Those are great warnings and advice. Yes. Because listen, these people prey on the a Yukon Denali stolen now. Yes, GMC. Absolutely. And I'll get y'all the plate number for that
I'm trying to find
in just a second.
1,500 posts after that.
Yeah. But people are posting things that are going on in that area. And one of those things was this vehicle stolen. Excellent update on the case, Dolly and PJ. Thank you, Dr. Latino. And thank you for being here with us 10 months.
I just sent it.
Okay, let's pull this up so you guys can see it. That way, this is the Denali. Let me close this. Let me pull this over here. That is missing. Let me go to a bigger screen so y'all can see this. This is on the vehicle. The tag number is 683 DRD. That's pretty easy to remember. 683 DRD. I can remember that. Okay, this is the vehicle. I had to save this picture to blow it up. Let me save it. All right, let's go over here so I can pull it up bigger so you get a bigger view of the vehicle that is missing. All righty. It has chrome rims on it. It looks like a white or champagne color. What color would you say that is, PJ?
White.
White? Okay, I'm half colorblind. It looks like a beige or a tannish. It could be white. What color do they describe it as? White. Okay. That shows you how colorblind I am right there. I said champagne, but in the dark, it looks kind of champagne colorish. Pearl,
It's white.
ivory, people are saying cream.
It's
All right.
definitely white.
All right, white. White it is. Okay, I'll go with white. But this is the side view of the vehicle. All right. So police are looking for this vehicle because there's a possibility he could be in it. Let's get a good look at the front. GMC, big G, no front tag. Okay. I don't think in Tennessee you got to have a front tag. Virginia is one of those. You got to have a front and back license plate. This is it towing the boat. Pontoon, actually. So it's a big vehicle. And the thing about a big vehicle like this is you better have some gas money. All right. Because these things drink the hell out some gas. Tenant window, so he'll be hard to see inside. Is that Kansas plates? I don't think so. Why does it look like? Wait, that ain't Tennessee plates. Indiana plates. Okay. It has Indiana plates. He's getting desperate if he's stealing cars. Yes, that's an Indiana plate. 683DRD is the plate number to this vehicle.
And Caitlyn is not in jail.
Caitlyn is not in jail, says the producer. All right, so she's not in jail, but two people that helped are. Might be Summit White. That's a GMC color. Okay. Hoosier plates. Yes. At large and should be considered armed and dangerous. The TBI said almost with information, anybody with information concerning the whereabouts is asked to call and the number you see on the screen. But a real easy number to remember, 1-800-TBI fine. Now, if you're outside of Tennessee and you see this vehicle or this person, call your local 911 immediately. Okay. And then they will take care of calling TBI and the FBI, but get it out to your local authorities quick as you humanly can. Can you give a quick recap? Okay.
Just did.
I just did, but
The very store.
two people have been arrested. Okay.
Rewind the stream.
Or they could rewind the stream, but I'll give a quick summary. Two people been arrested. They still haven't caught Austin
Drummond.
Drummond. All right. I'm just going to say Austin. I keep messing his last name up.
Caitlyn is Austin's girlfriend.
Caitlyn is Austin's girlfriend. This vehicle is missing, right? We don't know if he stole it or if somebody else stole it or some kids stole it.
Might have nothing to do with nothing.
Might not have nothing to do with anything, but this vehicle is missing and so is he. Okay. So we wanted to get that out there.
Also sister to
Caitlyn is the sister of Courtney Rose, the deceased. Dolly and PJ equal my favorites.
Sweet Jones is always so sweet.
Sweet Jones. Maybe that's why her name is Sweet Jones, because she's sweet. All right. Likely never looked at the plates before. I tell you what, let's open up the phone lines and I'll let you guys tap in on it for a few minutes. Let me post this phone line for you real fast and pin it so you guys know the call-in number. And I will take some of your calls and you can tell me what you think about this whole situation. 797-6694. And Austin, if you're out there watching, give us a call. Turn yourself in. That way, I don't have to come look for you. Okay. Let me pin this. Don't call yet, guys. The phone lines are not even open. I'm just pinning a number right this second. Pinning the number. All right, that's pinned. Let me go over here to my banners. I'll put the number on the screen right there underneath me. Give me 1 second. Let me open the number. Give me 1 second. Dolly.
Did I beat Doug and Mab?
You beat Doug and Mab.
Oh, my Lord. It's Shauna from Tennessee. How are y'all?
I'm doing pretty good, Shauna. How about yourself?
Doing okay. Hey, PJ.
PJ says hey.
Oh, okay. Just my opinion. I'm not but an hour and a half from this whole place that all this has happened. And I think you've been pretty spot on from day one. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but, you know, I have a feeling once all the phone records come out and all that, when, you know, as we all know, we know about 10% of what law enforcement knows, but I think, I mean, it's very sad, but I think we're going to find out a whole lot more once these phone records come out. But it's just crazy. It is. But anyway, I just was trying to beat Mab and Doug and say I love y'all. I love Turtle Gang. Love you, PJ. I hate that I miss your live in the morning, but I'm a night owl. So I'll tell you what, I've said this in the chat. I have a feeling he's headed towards Chicago or Detroit.
What makes you think that?
Because his gang affiliations, and listen, I'm not in a gang. I'm in a turtle gang, but I'm not in a gang. But my daddy grew up in Chicago, and my cousins have gang affiliations, and the gang he is apparently connected to is very prominent in Chicago and Detroit.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that would make sense then.
So I'm just saying, I think they ought to be looking there, but you know, anyway. Okay. Well, thanks, son. Doug, I love you. Mab, I love you, but I beat you for once.
All right. All right. Peace, Shauna.
All right. Hey, peace.
Okay. They racing. Okay. The phone lines are still open. Dolly.
Hey.
Hey.
She's correct. I looked it up on the internet, and the gang is the main headquarters is in Chicago, and then branches out through Illinois.
Okay,
Indiana.
Who's this? Is where you calling from?
I'm Deepwaters from North Carolina.
Okay, hey Deepwater.
But I have two other things I'd like to mention. I was watching another show, and she was talking about how she thought so many different cars arrived at the murder scene.
Yeah.
Okay, first he had the mother and the baby.
Yes.
He made the mother unlock the phone. And then he started texting other family members, which would be the grandmother and the boyfriend, and saying, hey, it's hot here and I'm stranded. Please come and pick me and the baby up. And lured them in, and that's why there were so many vehicles there.
That may be possible.
He just shot them as they arrived.
That is possible. I mean, he was in a dead-end area. We did get confirmation today that Matthew's truck did have bullet holes through the windshield. So somebody shot into that truck. So it's my belief that Matthew was in that truck and he was hit by those bullets that were shot through the windshield.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yes, it does. I mean, for some reason, all of them showed up at that location.
Next thing, I've not heard anybody talk about, where did these people work? The poor deceased family, the murderer.
Well, Matt had a job working with his dad and his brother. The younger one, I believe, the 15-year-old one I think he was working too. Far as the mother, I don't know. And far as Adriana, I don't know. But Matthew had a job. He had just started getting his life back on track, and he had just got a good job.
So it sounds like they were just hardworking, good country people.
Well, I don't know about I don't know about Courtney Rose's side. I mean, her ex-husband's in prison for bad things too. So it seems like her and her sister like bad guys, is what it appears.
I have a sister, and we're the difference of night and day.
It happens. Sometimes, though, family members are a lot alike, and sometimes they're totally different. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
Okay, and maybe we can put some thought into the cell phone call of the baby's mama.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure the FBI has looked all through that. Talk to you next time. Be good.
All right, bye-bye.
Dolly.
Hello, it's me, buddy, Alex.
What's up, Alex?
Well, I just wanted to talk about cooking with Big Daddy.
Cooking with Big Daddy is what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about that case because I really think that that he is involved with his buddy, and I think they both committed the crime together.
I think he should be in jail for attempting to burn the house down because he cannot cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the point is, I believe they're both guilty of committing the crime because I think they plotted the whole thing together.
Maybe.
And I think they both unalived those innocent people.
I don't know if he did, but I definitely know that he was in communication with this guy, and he may have knew what was going to transpire, but he happened to just be home that day.
I do think he knows a whole lot more, though, because I do think he knows where his friend's location's at, though, and he's not one to tell the police, though.
Absolutely, that's possible.
Because he doesn't want to be a snitch because he knows what happens.
Well, yeah, he sounds like he's defending his friend, and he don't want other people looking for his friend or nobody turning him in.
Yeah.
That's why he's calling people snitches, and you would turn your talk, and he's just trying to discourage people from talking.
You know, if he gives up the location of where his friend's at, then that makes him a snitch then.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Alex. All right. I appreciate you calling. You be good, Alex. Tell your mother I said hello.
And I also ask you, how many subscribers do I need to have to be able to get on Turtle Island and this month of August? Right now I got 47 subscribers.
If you reach 100, you are eligible for Turtle Island.
And my mom told me that that you probably make a exception for me, though.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust your mom. You better get to that 100, Alex. You better work hard.
I'm trying to get to that 100, but I'm trying to get more people to subscribe.
Maybe you can get Big Daddy to subscribe. Leave him a comment. All right, Alex, you be good.
Okay, you be good too. Bye.
Right.
Do you want to talk to my mom real quick and ask her opinion?
No, I'm going to jump to the next call. She can call in if she wants.
Okay.
All right, peace. Dolly. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going? You got to turn me down in the background.
Is this Dolly?
Yes, this is Dolly.
Is this Dolly?
Yes. Yes, woman, it's Dolly.
Okay, I didn't know. Where the bodies were found, you know, the victims.
Uh-huh.
The prison that was located like 2 minutes away, is that the same prison that Caitlyn worked at?
I'm not positive. I'm not positive on that one. PJ.
Or where he was incarcerated at?
Hold on, let me ask my producer. Is that prison the same one that Caitlyn worked at?
No.
We don't know. Exactly.
Okay. Because I mean that spot's pretty random.
Yeah, and they believe it's a spot that they can drone from and drop things into the prison. That was one of their meetup spots or one of their drug smuggling spots.
Okay. Well, I'm like 20 minutes from Jackson.
And I think he's laid up in a hotel around here.
People are
I
saying,
don't think he's that bright.
people are saying, yes, it's the Tiptonville prison, and that's the one he was at, maximum security prison.
So that's weird to me. I think that she would know where that spot was to lay the body. If he lived in Jackson, like, how would he know? And I don't think he's a gang member. He was in prison like at 16 or 17. So he probably got gang credit, had to join a gang when he was in prison, and he just got out. So, like, how much gang activity does he really have if he spent all those years in prison?
10 years worth. If he was in prison, 10 years of gang activity, because the gang activity don't stop. And Carson, and you said you're calling from Jackson?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of shady, seedy hotels and stuff there? How
Off of I-40 there is. I mean, I live like in Madonna, the next county over. I don't live like in the heart of Jackson, but that's the next, like, I guess, big city. But like, I don't really go there that much. I mean, I like live in like a suburb area, like the next county, Gibson County.
Yeah,
but it's like 20 minutes from here.
Okay, so you would say they have seedy hotels, like
all up and down I-40, and there's like a pilot truck stop. So, and I could see him being a lot lizard. He probably had to do that in prison too, to, earn money or get in the truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get money. He's out there hooking. Okay, well, yeah, he may be laid up in one of these hotels, one of these little shady hotels somewhere. That
take cash and don't make you have ID or anything.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
They don't even speak English at the counter. There's a bunch,
right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them hotels. That
loiter all night outside.
Them are the ones I usually stay at. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's the one my ex. I've had exes that like to go to those because you can smoke.
Yeah, that's why I used to stay in them too. I don't smoke. I haven't in a year, so. No need for me to stay.
But, I would like to go look for him. I feel like he's at one of these places, and like he would be the type that would like target me. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say don't go looking for him. Definitely don't do that.
No, he would manipulate me first and like try to tell me a bunch of bullshit, and he wouldn't try to do anything. But
you would end up marrying that man. Stop it.
No, I would not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm done with men.
I'm kidding.
But anyway.
All right, well, look, you be good. You stay safe, especially in the air. Make sure your door's locked and be real cautious, all right?
Well, I have a police officer living right next door to me.
Okay. All right, well, that's good.
All right. Good talking to you.
You too. Peace.
All right, bye.
That's what we got to worry about, is him manipulating another woman. That's the last thing we need. I got other girlfriends. Dolly. Hello? Yes, you got to turn me down in the background.
Yes, I just turned you down. I heard today that he is in the gang of the Vice Lords, or the Lord's Vice. Vice Lords, I think.
Yeah, he ain't in the Lord's Vice. He's in the Vice Lord.
That's what...
he needs.
No, I swear, that's
he needs
what they
some
said.
Lord. He needs some baby
That
Jesus.
is true. He sure does need the Lord. And also, I saw the father of the little girl who... this Austin has in all the pictures with, what's her name, Caitlyn, her little girl.
Yes.
And the dad said that he wanted to see everything about this Austin, and he knew he was bad from the beginning. And then the mother hasn't let the father see the little girl since he's been out and everything.
Yes,
and
I've seen
he said that he was going to, I don't know where he's going, CPS or something, and trying to get his daughter.
They should give it to her. I mean, this woman has put her family in danger, her child in danger, herself in danger.
Can you imagine when she goes to heaven? It's almost like, I know she didn't call for this murder, but it's almost like Idaho 4 or Manson. I mean, she chose that man over her family.
Yes, ma'am.
And
I believe
her
so too.
ex-husband said she knows something about it. I know her. I was married to her. She knows something about it.
It's hard to think she don't, considering the circumstances.
That's
that it
exactly
was her
correct.
family.
It's hard to think that she would not. And they also said, when they said the gang, that, what is it? He's part of, I'm not sure. I think I forgot that. last part. Okay, the gang. Well, anyway, Dolly, that's basically what I wanted to tell you. But he said that he never could meet him, and that Caitlyn would not let the real dad meet him, and that guy like kept them both away. Austin kept them away from the real dad.
Yeah, I can believe that. She,
Yeah.
he
And
knew.
he said, I told her, you're with a bad man.
Yes.
And they said that she was 4 months pregnant. So don't tell me you're going to have some man that killed your whole family. Well, God, that's going to be like Damien when it's born or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, look, you got the seed, or Rosemary's Baby might be better.
Yeah.
But this is terrible. 4 people. 3 of them didn't even have their life going yet.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's not fair, and that is on that lady. So I don't know what's going to happen to her, but I did want to tell you what they did say about that gang deal. So whether it's true or not, but thank you, Dolly, and thank you for covering this.
No
so
problem.
Close.
You be good.
My grandma is the one that is a remote viewer.
Oh, okay.
The lady from Chicago never flew down here, so I'm trying to get grandma up there. So she hasn't. And then there is another one supposedly coming, and that was about Lily and Jack.
Okay. All right. Well, you be
She
good.
really likes to call you. I say, don't call Dolly, and I know she does.
Okay. All right. You be good.
Thank you very much, hon.
All right,
Bye-bye.
peace.
Have a good evening.
Dolly.
Tiger.
What's up, Tony?
What's cracking, Dolly?
Not a whole lot. Where are you in Tennessee, Tony, or Georgia?
I'm in. Well, I live 3 miles from Tennessee. I'm in Whitley County. I'm right on the east or southeastern Kentucky, but I shop in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what do you think about this whole situation going on, Tony?
I'm thinking there's at least 5.
5 people involved.
At least 5.
Okay. And what do you think about the girl Caitlyn, his girlfriend?
Oh, no. Let's see. Well, I think she needs to be in jail right now.
Yeah. I mean, if they can't prove anything, I think
no. Because she was a correctional officer sleeping with an inmate.
Yes.
So, therefore, she needs to be charged with that. So, she needs to be locked up for that at least.
I believe she was charged with that. I don't know what the outcome of it was, but she's not in jail, so I don't think they locked her up for it.
Oh.
Because you got to remember, usually when you're a correctional officer, to be a correctional officer, you can't have a bad criminal record. So she probably didn't have no criminal record, and this was her start to crime, was sleeping with this man. And they may have given her probation or whatever it may be, but she don't appear to be in jail from it, but she was charged with it.
Okay, so she was charged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's done with then. They can't do nothing about it now. I don't know, man. I really don't. But I think there's at least 5 people involved, at least. And hey, was any of the cars reported stolen? Any of them?
None.
Besides the last one?
I don't think any of the cars were ever reported stolen.
Okay.
They just had bolos on them. You know, they had, in the beginning, they found the 3 cars, and then they didn't find the truck, and they did. Well, I guess that would be reported stolen. They were on the lookout for it, and they were on the lookout for the Audi. But far as being reported stolen, as in stolen vehicles, I don't think they were ever technically reported stolen. They were just vehicles they were interested in because they were from a crime scene. So
okay,
maybe it went in as stolen. I mean, I'm not quite sure how they put the bolo out.
Right. So every one of the vehicles are tied to someone then.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, unless you take the VINs and the tags and all that crap off.
But 3 of the vehicles, 1, 2, 3 of the vehicles were tied to people that were unalived.
Oh yeah, that taken from the house. Yeah.
So there was only 2 other vehicles, but now they've turned up 3. They turned up the truck, okay, which would have been the 3rd one. Then they turned up the Audi, and then they turned up the Nissan Rogue that we learned tonight was a rental vehicle.
Rental, yeah.
But we don't know who rented yet. It's alleged that this may have been rented by Austin and Caitlyn, but we're not positive of that.
Okay.
So time will tell. Whatever happens in the dark comes to light. These people don't seem to be the brightest, so I believe they'll catch him within a day or two.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's coming closer and closer, I think. But yeah, I think there's at least 5, man. At least 5.
All right, Tony, you be good.
All right, 10-4, dollar.
All right, peace. I'm hoping the next time y'all see me post a video, it's him being caught. Right? Every time I hear somebody being caught, like tonight, I'm like, is it him? And then, no, not him, but it's his buddy. GG, thank you so much for jumping on the Dolly train with us, and all you guys for supporting the channel, keeping the lights on, keeping Dolly fed, okay, and liking the videos. A lot of you guys haven't been liking the videos, which I don't get why. You're here. So we must be doing something you want to hear or like. All we ever ask is you hit the like button for us. Dolly.
Hey, it's me again, Margaret.
It's you again. Well, I'm Dolly. I'm not Margaret.
I know, but I've done this joke with you before. Ray Stevens. It's a joke.
Okay.
He says, it's me again, Margaret. Anyway, it's Shauna.
Okay.
Again. I just wanted to say something real quick.
All right.
Everybody needs to remember that gang members are not going to call in.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Well, I've been here for a while, so I have been surprised by the people that call in. But I mean, if they're true gang members, I don't think they're not just calling, but they're not going to post. They're not going to say crap online like this fat daddy or whatever his name was. The boudin ball guy.
Yeah.
The foxy guy. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names too.
Yeah.
I said this in the chat before. It's a Williams thing. We suck at names.
Yes.
But I just want to put that out there. I mean, it's not funny. You're right. It's serious and it's sad. But there's so much crap going around online. And I'm just thankful that you, as always, you and PJ report like facts and not bull crap. You know?
We try.
Well, you do a pretty damn good job at it. But oh shit. See, I forgot. I was gonna say something. See, squirrel. I saw a squirrel. But honestly, I don't think this dude is hiding close by. I don't know. It's gonna blow our mind, I think, but this whole, like, I think there's so many people, and God love them. God love them. They all care about the case and getting justice. But clearly, this Tanaka or whatever was arrested. Okay, he was arrested for a reason. They've got the probable cause affidavits. When they come out, it's going to tell a whole lot, especially once they get the cell phone records and all this and that. I mean, it's tragic, but I really I don't know. I'm starting to wonder, is it gang related? I don't know. The more we hear, I mean, I know there's something to do with it, but come on.
Yeah.
Like this is.
Okay, Shauna. Yeah. You be good.
Okay, thank you, Dolly. I always appreciate you for telling me when it's time to shut up. Okay, I appreciate you.
All right, shut up, woman.
Okay, got it. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, we got some talkers tonight. All right, let me say a big thank you to whatever. It's clever. Any thoughts on motive and how they know Tanaka and that? I don't know. I'm assuming it has something to do with tracing his phone or something of that. Somebody's talking, maybe Fatty Fox, the God, maybe talking, or they went through his messenger on Facebook or things like that, because, we heard them say that he shut down Fatty the Fox, his Facebook. So they're looking into all that. I'm sure it's some type of communication. Bubby, thank you so much, Bubby. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Alex's mom.
Hey, Alex's mom.
He's taking a detox bath. He's done had his fun tonight.
Has he?
Yes. He's got 75 subscribers. He's excited.
Okay, close.
I'm originally from Pike County, and I don't know if you know about the Pike County murders.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, it was a big case. Yeah, it was a big case. 2016, the Roden family, 8 family members were murdered, except for 3 babies.
Oh, wow.
And the family, this guy is hiding in plain sight. Okay. Like these people that did this, it was the father of one of the little girls. He wanted custody. And his mother was the one who actually concocted the whole murder of these 8 family members, wiped the whole family out. They made it appear like it was the cartels. But I told my mom when she was alive back then, I said, Mom, the cartels would have taken the babies out too. They don't care. And I said, this is something with family. They want this somebody that is a family member, somebody that knows them very well. They went to their damn funerals. Yeah.
Wow.
People that murdered. So people who might be involved besides, the main one, Austin, they'll probably show up at the funeral and cry and boohoo just like those other family members did. Jake and Billy Wagner, the Wagner family went to the funerals and cried and took them food and everything else. And they were the ones that killed the whole family of 8 members.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. I mean, they say people return to the scene of the crime. I doubt that Austin's going to show up, but some people that are affiliated with Austin may.
The people affiliated with him, if they start taking off to Alaska like the Wagners did a year after the fact, or, when the case is, when everybody's, respectfully buried and they're trying to deal with the trial and stuff like that, the ones that take off just the way the Wagners did a year after the fact, they need to be watching those ones.
I only had to watch the documentary, so there's a documentary on it. Somebody said,
"Oh, there's a lot. That was a huge case. The Pike County massacres." Okay, I had to check that out. My brother, he towed the vehicles from there. He said he was crying. He's like, "Man, this is eerie. Like it's just a feeling like you can still feel their souls here, and everything that happened. It was horrible." Okay. Yeah. Wow. I had to check that out. I have to look it up. Huge case. All right. All right. We'll talk to you later. Peace out. All right. Peace. Okay. Pike County massacres. I'm going to have to remember to look that up. I've been looking for something good to watch. Anyway. Unknown caller. Dolly.
What's up, Dolly?
What up? Elevate Truth?
It is.
I knew, because you know how I knew?
Voice or something.
Man voice.
Man, listen. What do you think about this cat heading into Nashville area, since it has a large percentage of gang situations there?
I would
especially
think
vice lords.
I think you would stand the best chance in the inner city. If I was on the run, I would go to somewhere where there's thousands of people, because you're going to blend in way better. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If you go to a rural area, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb, because nobody, in these small towns, everybody knows each other. But in the city, nobody knows each other. They walk by, you don't even pay you 2 glances. But in a rural small town, everybody's going to stare you down like a hawk. So his best bet would be to flee to a bigger city. But I don't know if you heard his buddy, Big Daddy, Fatty Fox, the damn retard talk, but he didn't seem very intelligent. And if he's just as smart as his friend, he's too dumb to run. Well, when you start looking into what they're saying the relation is, and at least the gang relation, that's an organization that's going to protect their people if it is gang related. That's why I think a lot of people are feeling that it is, because otherwise they wouldn't protect like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Especially because he's putting so much heat onto the gang, because you can believe they're kicking up in all their places right now, or they're investigating them, watching them. And, for sure. And a lot of times when you run up on people for something else, you catch them doing something. So like they may bust up in the drug houses now that they wouldn't have, and he's going to get a lot of people put in jail that may not have gotten caught or went to jail. So
well, I think there's more arrests coming for sure. You don't get away this clean, so to speak, without having assistance. And I'd have to say he had more assistance than Big Daddy Kane or whatever the hell dude's name is.
Fatty Fox, the God.
Yeah, something like that. Listen, let me ask you this. You apparently, y'all been in contact with family or family members. Has the girl been located, the girlfriend?
Yes. The girl is not on the run. She's not running. But
I feel like there's something with that though.
Yes, so do I. So do I. And I can't speak for the family of what they think. We'd have to ask them. But in my thought system, there's no way she was sleeping with this man while he was in prison and on the streets and didn't know what he was up to or what he was about. If he was distributing, let's say, these drugs into the prison system, she knew. And at some point, she probably assisted in that herself.
Well, yes, and you got to think about this. A lot of people are trying to figure out, well, why did he take the baby somewhere? Did someone take the baby somewhere? When you start looking at what the rules and the bylaws are in these associations, and I'm going to call them that. You can call them gangs, call them what you want to. But one of the huge things is you don't hurt babies, you don't hurt small children and things. So I think that's one of the reasons that decision was made, because he knew that he had already put himself in a position he was going to go to prison the rest of his life, and he wasn't going to go in there a baby killer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he knew, the gang rule, get rid of the witnesses. If you're a witness, but if you're below the age that you can't witness a crime or talk, there's no reason to hurt you. And they do. Even gang members have kids. Even gang members love their children. And they're definitely funny about being a baby killer in the penitentiary, even in the jails. So I mean, you got to make it through the jail to get to the penitentiary. You're a baby killer. It's not good for you. It's definitely not good. Hurt any kind of child, any kind of way. So
I think that I don't think a lot of people are saying they don't think he's around there. I disagree. I think he's a creature of comfort, especially someone that lives in a small town. You're not going to do well in areas you're not familiar with. And on top of that, even though you're in an organization or a gang, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to put their freedom at risk for you. So there has to be some association between him, and his color has something to do with that as well. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it like that. It just is what it is. Him being a white boy and the vice lords is not necessarily accepted all the way across the board.
Yeah, not at all. His rank in it ain't going to be very high at that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So he's taking orders from somebody. If this was a hit.
That's one thing that I know y'all have been talking about a little bit. I'm not sure if it was that or if it was personal. Because when you start looking at like kind of the behind the scenes, and I mean by reading, and I know y'all have done this, reading the Facebook messages with family members in there and friends and things like that. There's some family secrets for sure.
Issues, yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff going on. I thought the same thing, that I heard that Belinda and Courtney were at each other's throats a little while back. I don't know exactly what it was over, but it feels like there was some tension in the family before this even happened. And is that enough to trigger him, knowing he's going back to prison anyway? Well, babe, I'll take care of this for you, kind of situation. Exactly. It could be either or. I mean, we won't know until I guess all the cards crumble down and fall on the table and we get to see them. So
what's the truth about them, transporting by drone over the fence? Is that something that's legitimate or just rumor?
Right now it's alleged, right? But the police,
that's not uncalled for, like out of the question. Like that's a real normal thing, unfortunately, in prisons.
Yes.
And if they owed a debt, say a load got grabbed, I think that's something that's going to be looked into. Did the prison, grab a load or two and they, owe it and didn't pay it, or whatever the case might be? Or did he rob them for whatever they were going over the fence with and took off with that, and that's how he's staying on the run?
Yeah, or his family or that family were supposed to drop it and their drops didn't get there. And now he has to take that family out because you're right, he owes that debt.
Right.
People got to understand that they don't care if the drugs get stopped. You got to pay for them. Once they leave their hands, they're yours at that point. And if he was giving it to them and they were supposed to be dropping it and them drops didn't get made, he's responsible for that. And this could be some backlash to that. Elevated.
I agree. And I think that it's like, okay, you take them out or we take you out type of thing. And like I said, he knew he was going to prison for some years again anyway.
Yeah.
And I questioned one thing, and I know I said this the other day and I got shut down on it, but there's something else between him and that child. Now, I don't know what it is. It's just my opinion. There's something that's behind closed doors. Something has to do between him and the sister, not his girlfriend. I firmly believe something happened there. Don't know what it is, but to have sisters at odds like that, and then you put yourself in a position to eliminate the other sister, but you save the baby, something seems a little bit.
Or Caitlyn, that baby didn't want nothing happening to that baby. We got to remember Caitlyn's family too. Like, you don't kill don't hurt the baby. Or like you said, it could be he didn't want to go to prison as a baby killer. I mean, we don't know. And you know, to be honest with you, Elevated Truth, I don't think this dude's going back to prison.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think it's going to end that way with him going back to prison. I think it'll end with him in a coffin.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's going to shoot it out with police, and I hope nobody else loses their life in it. But yeah, he's not going to go back to prison, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he had no plans even going to court for that attempted murder. I think he knew he was running anyway.
Yeah.
And it was all getting close, and this is all unfolding, and he was going on the run anyway. And I don't think he's a bright dude, though. And let's just hope that him not being the smartest guy is what gets him caught.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those are the ones that can hide the best, though. That's
sometimes when you a big dum-dum, you awful street smart. You know, that's what scares me is, you know, this dude is a hustling, manipulating, street smart kind of guy, but dumb, couldn't read a Dr. Seuss fucking book.
Well, and you know, the idea behind that is that's a lot of, you know, what you would consider a street hustler or a drug dealer, whatever you want to call them. That's kind of how a lot of those individuals are. And when you start looking at his past charges, things like that, just because he looks like a punk on on these pictures, reality is he's probably been a menace to a lot of people's lives.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Now he's created the worst of menaces.
Yeah, just because he's a wet noodle don't mean he can't kill you.
Right. Apparently he did, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, Dolly, I just wanted to jump on and give my 2 cents on that, man. I'm going to be watching in the chat, man, but I appreciate you.
All right, Elevate Truth, you be good.
You have a good one, brother.
All right, peace. All right, guys, that was Elevated Truth from the Elevated Truth podcast. So y'all can check him out on YouTube at Elevated Truth Podcast. He got a group, we're the Turtle Gang. They are the Rooster Squad. Okay, that's the Rooster Squad. Call it in. So shout out to the Roosters. There may be some of you guys in the chat. Shout out to Elevated Truth. Cool guy. And yeah, he brings a lot of knowledge into this too, that, you know, there's these underlying laws and people that have been out here and, you know, in these streets, they know that there's certain rules that you don't break, even if you're tied to these gangs. And usually it's don't hurt small children. Is that the reason, or was it Caitlyn wanting him not to hurt this child? Or maybe he had a conscience, right? And the police are trying to get him to come forward. And, you know, they don't want to end this. I see some roosters, right? I see the roosters. They don't want to end this in any more bloodshed and more people get hurt. So they're trying to, and here's the thing out there, Austin, if you're listening, if you turn yourself in, you got better chances of getting a deal to take life in prison without the possibility of parole. You already like prison, right? And if you do that, you don't end up on death row. You may end up with another PlayStation and a cell phone in your butthole. But if you don't do that, it's just so terrible. The man purse, right? If you don't do that, you're going to likely be unalived by the police, or you're going to end up on death row with nothing and be miserable for the next. You're a young guy. You're not even 30 years old. So you're going to live at least another 40 years in a cell. But if you come forward, they may offer you a deal to plead guilty, take life in prison, and you just go away and live your best life with your gang banging friends in prison, back to normal for you, right? Because that's what you're used to. Last 10 years of your life has been hurting people, gang activity, and eating swolls. I hate to think that you're institutionalized, but if you're out there watching and listening, turn yourself in, man. Just get it over with. You're going to get caught, and it ain't going to take long, and it's going to end bad, and it's no reason to hurt anybody else. Your run is over. It's over for you, man. It's simply over for you. Why put your life and the lives of others in risk? Lisa, thank you for being a member. That is awesome of you. Just go to somewhere and put your hands up. Let the authorities know who you are and surrender. Right? That way nobody gets hurt. PGH Deb 412, thank you for being a YouTube member. That is awesome of you. Thank you guys so very much. It's no reason for anybody else to get hurt. It's no reason for any more of your friends to go to prison for the next 10 years behind you. All right? It's no reason that these crime organizations are going to get shut down. It ain't going to be long, and these people, the more people that get knocked off, they're going to turn on you. Anyway, your own gang is going to turn on you. They're not going to let you bring down their whole enterprise. They're not going to let you talk about their drug ring. Your run, I wouldn't be scared more of my own people right now than the police, right? Because if you do know the organization and you do know how this is ran, right now they're starting to worry when you get caught that you're going to talk. So what do they have to lose by getting you up off this planet? Nothing, because you know too much stuff, because you're too involved in everything. And you look at your homeboy, you just a white boy to him, right? Just a crazy white boy. He didn't act like he was part of the fam. He just acted like he was a crazy white boy. Crazy white boy I know. Most gangster white boy I know. But that don't mean they won't take you up out this world, right? So you stay quiet because you know too much. I suggest you just turn yourself in, man. No reason for anybody else to get hurt. Go back to what you're used to and just pray to God that you can get a deal. And they may give you that deal because you had a heart and let that baby live. Yeah, I don't know how good it's going to look when they start talking about that 15-year-old kid you killed, but there, at least your defense team has the fact that you let this baby go, and you're a monster. I don't want to say you're not, but you're not as horrible as a monster as some people may be. Jody, thank you for being a new member. That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Good to have you guys here. Thank you for everybody that's joining us tonight. I know a lot of us have been following this story nonstop as it breaks. I doubt that, Dolly. I know, I doubt it too, but it never hurts to say. And we know he's paying attention to a lot of this. And if I had thousands of people talking about me, you can believe I'm tuning in to see what the hell y'all are saying. And we know he has communication devices because he's been reaching out for help some way. And it's believed he's using dummy accounts on Facebook and stuff like that. So I suggest any gang members out there, if this man reaches out to you, I would not pay it no mind. Don't listen, because they're going to come after everybody, right? And I don't want to defend gangster dudes or give y'all any tips, really, but it's no reason to let everybody go down, right? Because if I was in the gang right now, I'd be looking at people like, this dude is a loose end. This dude is going to get everybody. They're going to hit everything we got. They're coming after everybody because of one dude. Do we allow that to happen? Fun Size just gifted $5 memberships. And you can believe that these people are thinking the same way, that you are a liability at this point. They ain't like, oh yeah, we're glad he did what he did. No gang on the planet wants the type of heat you done brought to your gang. And there's probably doors being kicked in as we speak. They running around the clock to try to get you. There ain't no time off. They'll take a break when they catch your ass. But you can believe the police, the task force that's looking for you, They're running 24-hour shifts. When they go to sleep, the part B of their task force is taking over. You are a 24-hour mission, and they're going to bust everybody that they kicking up on everybody that's even spoke to you. I'm glad I ain't never talked to you. Okay. I hope you didn't call my phone line. I hope that wasn't you the other night going bad boys, bad boys. Because if it was, I better lock my door because they may be coming here next. Okay. U.S. Marshals for sure. And listen, if anybody gets their man, anybody, it's the U.S. Marshals. When they start looking for you, bro, you just might as well turn yourself in because they getting you. And the U.S. Marshals, they are like bedded deep into gangs and undercover police that are in these gangs. And you got to remember, where there's gangs, there's cops. Police have infiltrated almost every gang in America. Think about it. They have. Over time, they've infiltrated the Bloods. They infiltrated the Crips. They infiltrated the damn Hells Angels, the Aryan Brother. You name a gang, the police have got somebody in it. Or if they don't, they have one of the members talking to let them go. And just the history of gang activity shows us that somebody's going to talk, and they're going to talk fast, right? Because the first one to talk is the first one to walk. Some criminals, this is hard to believe. They let some people be criminals. They know they're breaking law. They never do nothing to them. Because when they need information, they go to these criminals and they ask for that information. So it's okay for them to be selling drugs, in possession of these things, doing dirty things, and they never go to jail. They never get raided. They never get busted because they need somebody out there on the streets to give this information. So they allow certain people to do it. And then there's some people, they don't. And they come for you, right? But when something goes down, they have these people say, hey, look, we've been knowing what you're doing. You know, if you don't give us the information we need, we're going to stop your operation. And these people give you up. And these usually are some powerful people that give you up. Some of the biggest people in the underground world deal with the police. And they make deals with the police. So, and you're going to get caught. That is my message to you. Give yourself up now. Don't hurt anybody else. You're just, right now, you're in the possibility where they may strike a deal with you. You hurt anybody else, you'll never get a deal. You will never, ever get a deal. You better end it with the last thing people know of you is you gave up that baby. You didn't hurt that baby. If you do anything else, man, there goes your deal. And most likely they're going to execute you a little bit quicker. This is getting big, right? And you're just in a bad time for lawlessness with who's in power right now. Okay. You're just bad timing. You're going to get executed, brother. You ain't my brother, but I'm sure you somebody's brother. I said that like Hulk Hogan, brother. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. All right. I don't mean we can, because we damn sure ain't. All right. I definitely wouldn't want to be your friend or want to know you. I'm glad I don't. But, you know, I surround myself with good people, and I wouldn't be around somebody like you anyway. I just wouldn't. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets to the Father but through him. And Legend of the Online Gamer has stalled at 97 subs, 3 to go. Okay. All right, Alex, you're going to have to pay me at the end of this, right? For promotion. I'm seem to be helping you out a lot. I might have to raise your number. But if you do make it to the 100, Alex, I will consider you for Turtle Island. All right. And people are probably like, Dolly, what the hell is Turtle Island? I do this little game show I do it twice a year. And it's where I put people from YouTube or YouTube creators on a fantasy island like the game Survivor. And people can call and vote you on or off the island. And believe it or not, it sounds silly, but it's super competitive. I mean, competitive. People fight tooth and nail to win Turtle Island. It's the craziest thing. And it all started as something silly for me to do online to break up the true crime, but people have gotten really into it, like big time. And viewers watch it. I mean, thousands of people watch Turtle Island. And it sounds silly, but it's almost like a YouTube version of Survivor, but online, and it's interactive where you guys can call in and decide who wins the game. You kind of, in the end, you pick your favorite YouTuber, but there's different ways to get people kicked off. So it's unpredictable. Like there's instant elimination cards. There's sharks in the water, so you could get eaten by a shark. There's different ways to get eliminated that make the game unpredictable. So you could be the most popular YouTuber and lose it, or you could be a nobody and win it. So it's pretty crazy. And it starts back up the 15th of this month, season 6 of Turtle Island. For anybody that's like, what the hell is this man talking about? That is what he's referring to. He wants to be a part of the game. All right. Now, I can remember when nobody wanted to be on the game. Now people are like, Dolly, put me on Turtle Island. Dolly, put me on Turtle Island. It's a good way to promote your channel if you're a YouTuber, because a lot of people watch it. So if you're a smaller channel and you don't have a lot of viewers, a lot of people watch Turtle Island and they'll learn who you are. So a lot of the up and coming channels want to be a part of Turtle Island. I want to see Clue's belt. She has her championship belt from Turtle Island season 4. Clue won season 5. She won, I said 4, but she won season 5. She has her belt, and we start back up in the 15th. Okay. So you guys be ready for some Turtle Island. But until then, we continue to fight for justice for these victims of these horrible crimes. Guilty is my girl. Okay. First loser. Yes, Elevated Truth was a runner-up in season 5. He got beat out by his homegirl, Elevated Truth. But they put up a good battle, right? They put up a good battle for the title. And a new season coming to 15th. Let the best person win. That's, I don't control it. It's a game. It has its own life and its own thing. I mean, I'm just the host of the show. Okay, Legend of the Online Gamer reached 100 subs. Okay, that means Alex is eligible for Turtle Island. That don't mean he'll get picked. That means he's eligible. He still has to be voted onto the island or picked for the island. Usually the first couple shows is where I let you guys pick the contestants that are going to be on the show. And we usually let y'all pick, like, I think it's 10. And then me and PJ pick the other 20 contestants. So there's usually 30 people on a season. Where was Caitlyn's speed when her family members were being unalived? You know what, Abby? I like to know that too. I like to know that too. Who dropped that baby? You know what I think? I think Caitlyn had something to do with that baby not getting killed. I think, this is just my opinion. Let me give my warnings just in case any of these people ever try to come after me legally. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. Okay? That's where they get you on defamation. You got to factually say something you know that's a lie. I don't know any of this. This is just my opinion. Completely satire, people. Completely satire. The callers' opinions tonight are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect on the Dolly. That's their opinions. Everyone is innocent to proven guilty. Even Caitlyn, even though it seems a little strange, she is innocent to proven guilty, and she hasn't been charged with anything. Also, the biggest one, don't try to be Dolly at home. It's dangerous. Your head can explode. All right? And I definitely ain't responsible for exploding heads. So, I believe she knows. I believe she had some clue of what was going on. If there is a ring of illegal activity going on, how did she not know when her family is involved in this? Okay. I truly believe she had some indication that things were going on. I think she knew these spots. She knew these locations. I believe she loves this man, or she would not have lost her, gave up her career over him. She wouldn't have ran off with him as soon as he got out of prison. And just to be like, oh yeah, I got nothing to do with him now. I don't know. My bad. Right. I just don't buy that. MGL says, so Derek from the prison break is still gone. He had too much to lose. The second man standing was 3 miles from the jail. Safer to be around your own. Okay, I'm a little lost on that. NOLA. Okay. So Derek from the NOLA prison break is still gone. He had too much to lose. The second man standing was 3 miles from the jail. Safer to be around your own. Well, you know what they say, MGL. The safest place is in the lion's den. Crazy as that sounds, New Orleans. I think so too, Dolly. I believe she drove the baby to the house. Listen, it's hard to think that this lady don't have anything to do with this. All right, I'm going to open the phone lines. I got probably time to take 1 or 2 more calls, and then I got to wrap it up for the night. It is Saturday night. I want to kick back, eat some cheesy puffs, and watch a movie like a normal person. I've been going on this case pretty much all day. The only break I took was dinner, and every time I stop, something breaks. Okay, so as soon as I end, they're going to catch him. Okay, and it's the same thing I told PJ. I said, as soon as I land on the plane, they're going to catch him. Every time I show up somewhere, they catch the person or the person's found. The only time that hadn't is Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers. But every other time I show up somewhere or go somewhere, the person's either found or they're arrested. Almost every time. So I almost should go so his ass gets caught, because before I get off the plane, he'll be in handcuffs, right? Every time. She could have been the mule. Now listen, there could be a chance that Caitlyn is in trouble. She could be a target, you know. Right, Dolly? I am a wild. Dolly has another update. Gotta watch Dolly. Yeah, well, every time I stop, something breaks. Okay, so I told PJ, I said, I'm gonna go to the store and get you a candy bar, because she wanted a candy bar, and I wanted to drive my slingshot because it's not good to let it sit. So I drove my slingshot to the store, got a candy bar, and by the time I got back, they had arrested the second person, and PJ was like, oh, breaking news. Dolly. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
You got
Is this Dolly?
Yes, but you got to turn me down in the background.
Okay. Oh, I got to turn the TV off. Oh, yeah, turn the TV down. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Dolly calling the old radio station. All right. Okay. So
I can't hear you. You got to turn it down.
I'm turning it. It's off. It's off. Okay. So here's my thing. My name is Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
And I am from Rockford, Illinois, the home of Cheap Trick. So here's my thing. I think because I had read some other stuff that this is a possibility that the parents died. There's a brother, Caitlyn, and Courtney. Courtney was left in charge like an executor. And she didn't feel like she was getting her share. This was a family friend was writing this very often between the sister-in-law right after it happened. And I think that that this started out with something between Caitlyn and Courtney, and the daughter came with the baby. Right? And then the daughter called the husband who brought the brother. I think that 15-year-old probably died trying to protect his mother. And I think that there was bullets through the truck because somebody was trying to leave with the baby. Because in the very first interviews, the neighbor said it was really weird because there was a bunch of cars, some cars drove in, 2 cars came speeding out, and then the next day there was a bunch of cops over there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking that the baby wasn't supposed to be there, and there was already so much commotion that nobody had time to figure out what to do with the baby. So, and I think Caitlyn was there with her, and I think that possibly one of their buddies came to do some intimidating or something. But I really, really think that this got blown out between the Caitlyn and the Courtney thing.
I mean,
and the mothers, because the mother just passed away, and she's also and Austin is also down as Caitlyn's husband in the obituary.
Yeah, we seen that, but I don't think there was any official marriage or there's a marriage license.
Right, like it was a common law thing.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And not even that. They haven't been, he's only been out of prison less than a year.
Right. And I'm thinking that 15-year-old boy just wound up going when the baby's mom called the dad and said, okay, this is getting out of hand. And then he had the little brother with him, and then he came there, and these kids today and their guns, that little boy could have had something. He could have had a BB gun on him, he could have had an air gun on him, he could have had an automatic weapon on him.
Yeah.
Especially hanging around with these kinds of people.
I mean,
at 15 years old.
Know.
I'm just saying at 15 years old.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
But I'm thinking that the baby lived because somebody tried getting away with it and and took off in the truck, and that's why there was bullet holes in the truck.
Yes, he definitely shot through the windshield of the truck. We have
and that there was too much commotion going on was coming out of there, and there's those houses right there at the end of the trail. Because she said that two or three cars came speeding out of there.
Yeah,
and then the next day the cops were there.
I believe there's more people involved in this already. We got 2 of them off the street. Austin's still on the run, but I believe there's going to be some more arrests. Hey,
well, you remember Pamela Smart? Remember that deputy sheriff that just died helping the guy break out of jail?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it happens, and who always gets prosecuted last? The Black Widow.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to go down, then she's going to go down.
All right.
That's just my theory.
All right. You be good. Appreciate you calling.
All right. You too. Thank you.
All
Bye.
Right. Okay, let me chow young cat. Yeah, I seen your super chat. Thank you so much for that. Usually I can't thank you when callers are on the phone, so I just give you the little prayer sign, thumbs up. Thank you. Bless you for donating to the channel. You on the Blessed Express. So chow young cat. I think that's how you say it. Thank you so much. And I try to be patient, because I'm sure everybody has something they want to say. They want to get off their chest. And, I think everybody's opinion is important. If I agree with it or if I don't agree with it, we know something transpired. And there's a lot of possibilities. And as these cards crumble to the table and we flip them over and we find out in the end what's going on, we'll know everybody's not right. Could it have been a sister domestic situation and this has happened because of money or at state? But I heard that the grandmother didn't have much for them to be fighting over it. So I hear she was a drug addict, but I don't know for sure. Is it gang? Is it drugs? Right now it's still really too early to tell. A lot of this is just speculation. I mean, we're just talking theories and speculation. And what we do know is these people were involved, right? According to the police. Once the police say it, it's fact, right? Not that it's been proven, but it's a fact. They've been arrested for accessory to first-degree murder after the fact. And, of course, Tanaka, he has destroying of evidence, tampering with evidence. So he has 2 charges, and Giovanna Thomas has 1 charge. So will there be more people? And like I said, we do have a stolen vehicle in that area that we need to keep a lookout for. And that is the Yukon GMC Denali, white in color. Dolly.
Yes, I'm Kim. I'm calling from Missouri.
Hey, Kim.
I was on one of the other, I think it's like regular news channel though.
Uh-huh.
like a Missouri channel that I watch locally, you know.
Yeah.
It said that the grandma, Courtney, she did work. She had a job. She was a waitress at a cafe, and she was working double shifts to help her daughter and her son-in-law help take care of the baby.
I think you're right. I think I did hear that she was working as a waitress.
Yes. Then she was concerned about helping them. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean that she ain't all wrapped up into the drug thing either. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But, you know, I mean, but I thought, well, at least she did have some kind of job, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the daughter, Adriana, after her husband went to work, Matthew, she stayed home with the baby.
Yeah.
They didn't want a babysitter watching the baby. So that, you know, that's why the mom was working double shift.
And I think they were staying with the grandma because she is the one that called in when they were missing.
Oh yeah, that's right. With look outside looking with the flashlight. Yes.
So they were staying with the grandma. Yes. And that's, I guess, how it unfolded. And I believe that to be I don't know. I was thinking it was Matthew's mom that called. But I may.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking about it being Courtney's mom. Okay. Oh, okay.
It may have been. It may have been. But I think Courtney's mom is the one that passed away. I think it was Matthew's mom. I could be wrong, but I think it was Matthew's mom that called.
I think you're right. Because Courtney's mom, she was already passed away a while back. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
But I think this is going to get wrapped up in the next few days. I don't think these are the smartest criminals.
You know, you was talking about getting on a plane going.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. I thought, you know, as soon as he gets on that plane, they're gonna catch his butt.
Yeah.
You know, because you were laughing, saying every time you go someplace, they get caught. So
yeah, I know, and I hope that to be the case. So maybe I will. I just got to make sure I can take care of everything to get out that I can. If I can, I may.
Yeah.
Going. So, but hey, look.
Yes, I have one. You have a good evening. Bye.
All right, peace. All right, guys, I am shutting the phone lines. It's Saturday night. It's 2:00 in the morning. I am going in there and chill. I may go get me some Chunky Monkey ice cream from the store and just kick back and watch a movie. You guys be good. But if anything breaks, I'm going to be up for another, I don't know, at least an hour and some change to watch a movie. If something breaks, I'll come back live. But if nothing happens, I will see you guys tomorrow around, I don't know, I'll get about 2-3 o'clock somewhere. Rockstar life, baby. Rockstar life. So I'll see you guys then. Pray for this family. Pray that there's justice. Pray that they catch Austin. And wait, before I go, let me show you guys this commercial. That way it helps the channel. Hey guys, have you washed your ass crack and your titty flaps today? Is your soap leaving you a little bit dry and your clam just a little bit crusty? If that's the case, you're in the right place. I'm Dolly, the creator of Dolly's Luxurious Lather Bars, the best soap in the world. And I'm here to tell you, your soap ain't shit. It's filled with harsh ingredients and chemicals that you can't even say. Some of it is even made by doctors that ain't even doctors. And let me tell you, this right here, downright disgusting. Your flaps deserve better. Here at Dolly, we take every crack, flap, crevice in consideration. We only use the best 100% all natural ingredients because we care about your lady parts. Every bar is handcrafted by me, Dolly, and we carry some of your favorite scents such as raspberry lemonade, pink sugar, our version of love spell, Caribbean haze, and a ton more. To add the full luxury to your bath experience, don't forget to check out Dolly Voodoo Candles. They will cast a spell right into the air that will leave you relaxed, rejuvenated, refreshed. So what are you waiting for? Get over to www.buydollysoap.com. Save yourself 10% on your entire order when you use promo code WASHYOURFLAPS. Remember, keep your ass cracks and your titty flaps clean. Look forward to your order. Be shipping out to you soon. I'm Dolly. See you guys later. Okay, get it while you can. Not only do I make soap, but I make the best handmade, all natural ingredient soap in the world. Okay, and once you use Dolly soap, you won't use anything else. Everybody thinks it's a joke until they get it and they use it and they love it. And then they become a return customer. All right. And that's one of the ways, just like Tyler Durgan and Fight Club, we finance our show is through selling Dolly soap. So a good way to help us is to pick up a bar, buy your loved one, your husband a bar. We have men's soap, women's soap, lotions, body washes, t-shirts, all that good stuff to make you happy. Okay, to make you happy and to make your life just that much better with your skin feeling oh so soft. You see how good Dolly's skin is? You know why that is? Dolly soap. Okay, and you can have good skin too just by picking up a bar. Awesome, guys. I love y'all. It's been great tonight. Anything else breaks, I will let y'all know. Code is Wash Your Flaps. And remember this, if nobody else does, Dolly loves you. Peace.